What's up? Good afternoon, Champagne, Urbana. Man, this is Tiger the Motivator, in with Conscious Community Connection, where we keep the community connected. And this is one of them COVID-19 lockdowns. So I'm in my vehicle after doing some essential travel, getting a couple of goods, things like that. You know, get back in. Before I get back in, I say I'll shoot this video because right now, under the lockdown, we are not allowed inside the studios. So Heather, myself, Kiki, Damon, just to play it safe, we'll do it from remote. We are practicing social distancing. Right. So these new terms, and this is the new way of life, I guess, for right now, the new norm. But again, this is Conscious Community Connection, WRFU 104.5 FM. And just a quick side note, WRFU is a socialist forum, and views expressed on this station are not of those of WRFU, IMC, or UC, but of those of the speakers. So with that being said, I'll get right into it. Again, we still under the COVID lockdown. So it's about, it's pretty stressful because you don't get to do things and go places like you used to. I was just at the mall the other day. I passed it, man. I passed the where they do the show with AMC. Man, I want to go in there and just watch a good old karate movie or something, man. Like, man, I sure missed that. Or go bowling or something. But it's all right. Things, I guess, will get somewhat back to normal. I can't say they're gonna get all the way back to normal because this is unprecedented. What we seeing right now, what we witnessing. Um, Never seen nothing like this. Never seen capitalism get knocked to its knees by something as minuscule as a virus. We keep thinking we almighty, and we don't understand really this force is greater than us. Here's something that's unseen. A little tiny virus, and it stopped the whole world. That is big. I mean, they just take a moment just to even think about that. Some tiny as a virus can just knock down and end all and slow down global. We're not just talking about Chicago or Champagne. We talking about global activity, financial activity, and shut down majority all the industries except for, let's say, the grocery store, healthcare, but everything has just come to a complete halt. And I was just thinking about, wow, how much energy that takes to stop something like this, like a machine this size, a global machine, to just like stop this thing in mid tracks. I think this is amazing. I don't know about y'all, but we are definitely living in some times that the history books will be looking at this time. And but before I go into that, let me step back a minute. Um, I hope you out there taking care of yourself and checking on your loved ones. Call, Zoom, call your call. I do check-ins. I just call friends, family, old associates. I call everybody, man. I call them, check on them. How you doing? You taking care of yourself? You know, I think just the checking in part is very crucial because that lets people know that, hey, somebody's thinking about you. You know, somebody care about you, and that kind of takes some of the stress off, as well as the anxiety. And we really have to decide. We really have to look at anxiety because anxiety is high at these times because no one is really sure of anything and what's going on. No one really knows. We get bits and pieces from this administration here, It changes week from week. It'll come out 1 minute and then it'll be like, well, we're gonna take it another week. And you're like, oh man, okay. But just check on your people. Definitely check on your people. Make sure that the folks are doing well, especially the older people. Don't go, if you don't have to go there and visit them, don't, because I left, my mom and my father are up in age, and I don't visit them directly, but I call them through Zoom or either Duo or Facebook Messenger. Just check on them every now and then, and that's cool, man, because I don't want to put them at risk right now. I don't want to put them at risk. We're not sure what's all really going on, but enough information is known that we definitely got something that's going around that's viral, and it is affecting people, having a very negative effect on people, and really risking their lives. Now, just to get into a couple other things, a couple of the numbers and depression, a couple of topics I'd like to cover, especially like to cover that 5G thing. Everybody running with that one. So usually when everybody running with it, I get kind of nervous. I do, because I don't know, man. Being in the hood, I get kind of weary on who do they research. I be like, yeah, where you research this at? But Dad, like, look in, talk a little bit about what's in that $2 trillion bill, and when we're gonna get these checks coming in. If you're gonna get a check coming in, what you gonna do with that check? I don't know. I mean, nothing open, man. We can't go spending nowhere. Nothing is open, man. I don't know. All I could do is spend it on bills. That's it. Spend it on some bills. Put it on some more bills, baby. Can't really do much with it. Excuse me. But that's okay, man. Whatever you planning with your stimulus check, I'm pretty sure it's bills, because 1 out of 4 people is affected by this shutdown, and everybody is behind, man. Mortgages, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the world at one time, and what? It's an overload of information. So you really have to take care of your mental health, and don't just sit there and watch the news like my father. My father's, man, he's a news junkie. He's worse than me, man. I'm a news junkie. I check on everything. I watch everything from stocks to what's happening globally, wherever. But this guy's on the same subject. It's going to wipe us out. I hear a lot of Bible people saying that right now. This it. It's God rapture. It's coming down. This is it. We about to. Could be. I'm not going to dismiss anything right now. But I'll just say this. If it is, then let's just keep ourselves right. Yeah, let's just keep yourself prayed up, and just do right. Continue doing right by people. And it is, then it is. I mean, we can't stop that. But with that being said, man, again, these are unprecedented times. And what that word mean, unprecedented. Everybody keeps saying these are unprecedented times. What are you talking about, man? Well, that means never seen before or experienced. Unparalleled. A lot of people compare this time to the Great Depression. And you can. It's a lot of similarities. It is with the stock market crash. All of a sudden, the big dip, it just went off the cliff. And couple of days it went off the cliff. And I think today I looked and it was rallying again, which makes me really, lets me know that thing got to be fixed. Because if everybody is not working or one out of, what is it, 1 out of 3 people affected by this. 1/3 of the people are affected by this. Let's say that. Then who's buying these stocks? Hint, plunge team. Got to be the government plunge team buying this, because everybody else is kind of tied up, or either some super rich people who ain't worried about this stuff. But it ain't the average Joe. Not if he can't pay his rent. He definitely ain't going there buying those stocks, man. So that market should not be rallying right now. The fact that it is lets me know that it is definitely fixed. You ain't hear that from me. Didn't hear that from me. But I'm just saying, fix is in. So you got to be careful with these things, man. They'll sucker you in on this stuff, I'm telling you. But that's just some of the things we talked about. Well, some of the things I want to talk about. But the real big issue is the amount of black people which seems to be affected by this virus in places such as Chicago, New York, Louisiana. It's sad. They had 70%. Well, this is what they're claiming right now. Now, if the information changes later, and it can, but they had right now, the numbers I think are like 70% of those who died from it were African American or Hispanic, which I could understand, but then again, I know a lot of it, the virus is really hurting people with preconditions such as hypertension, lung disease, people who have bad hearts, things like that, and that does run rampant in the African American community because poor health care. We don't have access to regular health care such as everyone else, and these things will factor in. So it do make sense that this would happen. And also, I say another thing that kind of contribute to a lot of our demise is sometimes, we go off misinformation or half-truth. I say a half-truth because even a lie possesses some form of truth. So it's a half-truth. It's just, it's a half-truth. But we will run with that, and that's not good all the time because that tends to bog down or misconstrue information that may save your life. We got to really watch that, man. We got to really be wary of that because a half-truth is more dangerous to me than a straight-out lie. And the reason why I say that is because, it's not based in a whole sector. It's based only on partial information. In order to make something really work, you got to have, you got to know full information, man, or either the full circle information. You can't just go by just a little bitty bit and piece of this and say, okay, we gonna run with this. And I say that especially with this 5G thing, man. I hear a lot of people, it's 5G, it's 5G. I even watched a video of a guy, somebody sent it to me, and the guy's riding, talking about, see them towers? Look over there, see them towers? They getting us, people. They gonna get us. Wake up. But, now here's the but. But, the guy's still holding the phone in his hand, the receiver, that's receiving these 5G waves, I guess, 5G, the waves are still put out from the tower, but you holding a receiver. So if we all thought it was really 5G, then, why would we keep using these phones? Something to think about, man. The people could demand this stuff. All we just got to do is stop using this crap. But, man, I really doubt you're going to get people to put their phone down. Some of these people was hooked on Candy Crush and all other stuff and Facebook. social media, YouTube, man, you know, we kind of got, I mean, these phones are addictive. I'm not going to even lie to you, man. I be reading stuff on here all through the night. Sometimes I wake up, go back to sleep and read stuff, man. But, you know, that's just me. But let's talk a little bit about 5G. Okay, 5G technology. Now, I question that because some countries are already ahead of us, like Japan and some areas over there in Europe. They already had 5G for a while. Some countries are behind, like Nepal, places in Africa. They still getting up. They still getting there. But this virus is all over. The virus is in more places that does not have 5G, and the virus is there. So, with that being said, now I'm not saying 5G didn't cause the mutation. You know, that's inconclusive right now. But a lot of these places, like what's happening in Argentina and these other places, they not there yet. They don't have that technology yet. They still working with 4G and 3G. And that just lets me know that we definitely dealing with a virus, something viral. We dealing with a viral. So that being said, I'm going to take the precautions of fighting a virus. You know, cover your mouth, wash your hands when you come in. Make sure you take your clothes off. Don't come in with your, my mama used to always tell me that anyhow. Don't go in your bed with your outside clothes on. Boy, you got bugs on you. I'm talking about, I don't see nothing on me. You know, ain't nothing on me. I don't see nothing on me. But yeah, you do. You get mites. You got different things, different type of insects, different type of little bugs that live outside, and you taking that into your bedroom. So it makes sense to, be precautious. Wipe your hands. Don't touch your face. Keep your hands out your face. And just practice cleanliness. Just be clean. If it's going, your hands touching your face and all that all day, man, that's not cool. That's not cool. There's so many germs. I was just watching a video with Mythbuster, and they did a germaphobe thing with a germaphobe to see if somebody could, how a cold spread. So they actually put a drip nozzle on Adam's face, the other guy, Adam. And then, they put this glow material on his hand where it's shining neon light. So they let him go about 10 minutes in, just doing normal things, touching the pen, touching the paper, going around regular business. And then they turned out the light, right? And when they turned out the light, guess what they saw? Man, it looked like a neon circus up in there, man. It was all lit up, and the paper was glowing, the pen was glowing, the cup, everything he touched, the light switch, it was all through the house. So they was just demonstrating how germs sort of pass. Germs could pass from here, there, everywhere, man. Germs, you shake somebody's hand, you got the germ. So I usually fist bump anyhow, man. That's just me. I'll fist bump you. One, because I'm sitting down, so I don't mind fist bumping. Fist bumping cool to me, but plus it's just it's I don't know, man. I give you some dap. That's what we call it in the hood. Give me some dap. Give me some dap, brother. Give me some dap. Show some dap, man. Show some love. So we gonna practice giving dap, man. Dap cool enough for me. You give me some dap, that's cool enough. All that, all that shaking your hand and gripping, I don't know, man. I just was never too turned on with that. I mean, it's more of a European thing to me, man, than actually giving some dap or some thunder. Give me some thunder, jumbo, jumbo. But that's just something, man. So back to 5G. 5G is not new. It's not a new technology. It's been around since the 70s and 80s. In airports, a lot of the airport screening technology is 5G. It's that same technology. It's a short, what's called a millimeter wave burst. So it's not new. Is it a weapon? Could be. I believe you turn up the power line high enough, your power lines could be a weapon too. So I'm not I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. I'm not never dismissing that. They do have to put up more towers because it is what's called a millimeter wave. That's sorting between a radio wave and a high frequency wave. It's in the middle. It's supposed to be not enough to penetrate the skin, but then again, who's to say? It's two types of radiations: ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation, and I'm not a scientist. I just read this stuff, man. You can look this up yourself. Please do. Please look up ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation. So this technology uses what's called non-ionizing radiation, which is the type of radiation that does not rip an electron. Whereas, let's say gamma radiation actually can rip an electron from an atom. So those are the two type of radiations. I don't like no radiation, but you know, that's three forms of heat. Radiation, you know, that's one of the three forms of heat. So your microwave use this type of technology, different things like this too. So we need to educate ourselves a little bit more about this because they're gonna roll it out. That's no doubt. Why do they need faster speeds, right? Because new technology is coming out. Higher, you know, that moves faster, and it needs this new speeds. They are actually bringing together, say, three internets. You know, the one we use is one internet. Then you got the one that the government operates on. That's another one. And the one transportation. All these internets are finna merge into one. Dig one internet, which is going to get them really, which is going to allow for global control and smart vehicles, AI. It's going to usher in a really new age. We thought things would move fast in the beginning. Wow, I think we gonna see some real hyper stuff happen, man. Now, and they gonna usher it out. There's no way. So all that, wake up, people. Look what they doing, and you still using the technology. So why wake me up, man? What's the deal with that? You know, this guy's still using the technology. He ain't running around there with no video camera. He got his cell phone in his hand. You know, these cats, it's one of them cats, you know, it's one of them people who would make that statement. What they say? I'm in the world, but not of the world. But yeah, you got a new car and everything else, a new phone. What are you talking about, man? No, you in this thing with me. You right with me. I get it. I get what they saying. They really saying, you know, they ain't in a party and all that and the negative part, but me either, man. I don't want to party. I ain't good. Well, you know, it depends. Our party depends, but never mind. We don't need to talk about my partying situation. But that's a little bit about 5G. So it's not a new technology. It's been around for a while. Airports been using this thing for a while. It's not really new. Some of the research I read was really scary, though. It did have some scary stuff like birds falling out the sky and some things like that. But I'm pretty sure they turned that thing up pretty high. Who's to say they won't do that with us? Hey, who's to say they won't do anything? I don't know. But I'm sure that we dealing with a virus. Again, like I said, this virus is in places where no 5G is not there yet. Some of these countries are not there. And some of these countries are ahead of us with this technology. And we see it all over now. We're seeing it globally. So it's having a very adverse effect. Who's affected by it? African Americans are being affected by it by high numbers, but the ones who have the hardest time with it seems to be the ones with preconditions: hypertension, COPD, and a couple other ones, heart conditions, like I said. And again, high blood pressure run. I know a lot of family members. I got a lot of family members with high blood pressure. So, and that only makes sense because we stressed out half the times. Man, high blood. But those are the ones who are 70% affected by this disease. 80% of the people who get it will survive it. But that 20% is a high number. Higher than your average flu. This is higher than the flu. This the kill rate. And because I keep hearing people say, oh, it's just a flu or something. Nah, man, this is, you don't have no immune for this. Some people are not, what's the word? I can't even think of it right now. Asymptomatic, which means they don't have any symptoms. And, some people do get the fever and things of such. So you don't want to infect the other. So we just need to practice, be safe about this thing until this is over. Do I think it was planned? And somebody actually asked me that. I said, well, if it was planned, it's the worst plan I've seen. I'll tell you now, because it didn't stop all these European money. It froze the whole money system. And I don't think these people like getting their money messed with, man. They didn't, they might not do no bail-in. They need to bail out if they're going to really bail out somebody, you should bail out all them college students, man. You want to get the economy going? Bail out them college students, man. They'll go there and buy new houses and new cars and all that. Instead of putting the money into these corporations and these banks, I would put it there, man, because the whole economy, the entire economy is based on consumerism. That's what don't make sense to me. And then they go bail out the other rich people. And what's funny is they always tell you things like, you should have 3 months of saving and all that. Man, it ain't even been no month. And every one of these businesses are asking for a bailout. Mortgage industry, airline. They ain't even made it 1 month. So that's some hypocrites, if you ask me, man. They tell us you should have 3 months saved and all this. Nobody got it. Everybody going check to check. Okay. Seem like y'all going check to check too, and y'all making all this money. And y'all still going check to check. So, and y'all making billions of dollars. Airline company and all that, bail us out. A couple of weeks, man, come on. Come on, man. Come on, people. They gotta do better than this, man. I'm with Bernie Sanders on this one, man. I'm telling you. We need a jubilee. In the jubilee in the Hebrew religion, they got a jubilee every 7 years. They clear the debt. People gonna still buy stuff. You ain't got to worry about that. I guarantee you, people gonna buy stuff. You put that money into them students, get them out of that, and then help out a couple of these homeowners. Man, they gonna go out there and buy motorcycles and everything else and get this economy back stirring. But if you go put the money into these companies, hoping they get this stirring, well, how can they do that if the people are underwater? That's just common economics. It's built from the ground up. A pyramid stands from the ground up, from the bottom up, right? Right. So it's built on the people. This whole economy is built on the people. If the people stop spending, just like right now, nobody's spending, except for groceries and things like that, and you seeing a deflation happen. Gas prices dropping. Well, that's due to the oil war between Saudi Arabia and Russia, but you're going to see a constant deflation happen. because it's not in demand. So, hey, like the OJ say, you got to give power to the people, baby. Shit, man, sorry about that, but these are my comments. And again, I'm gonna read this. This is WRFU 104.5, Conscious Community Connection. Tiger the Motivator. Sitting in for Heather. Heather the most delightful. And she's just a wonderful person, man. I always love teasing with Heather. My guy Kiki, he's out. He's at home, being with his family. Damon, good brother. He always in the street. Man, Damon organized a giveaway over there at the shelter, man. Just giving away, deodorant and stuff like that. This dude just do this out of his own pocket. Nobody tell him to do that. He's that type of brother. So I love my team. I represent my team hard. But again, these are my views, not of WRFU, Socialist Forum, IMC, UC. This is my perspective that's being played on there. And again, I'm just covering a couple of things just to let you guys know that we still here. We still care about the community. And we need to really, focus on what's going on now and what's happening. I was just talking about 5G, and a lot of misinformation is out there. People saying, nah, ain't no disease, is that. And I even heard some black people say before all this, I don't think black people could get it. Misinformation, man, more half-truths. See, you go off that half-truth and get all this misinformation, then you wonder, why are we dying? No, man, no. Don't do that. Don't run with everything you see on the internet. Do your own research. Look up peer-reviewed journals. Check them out. Because somebody had to do years of research on this. I saw another thing on there where they was talking about, the Bill Gates thing, the 201, Event 201, where he wrote a hypothetical paper doing an exercise on if a pandemic struck. Coronavirus is not a new virus, man. That's that's in a common cold, rhino, and the rest of the virus. So we just now here, a lot of us are just learning the terms of this, and SARS is really SARS. It's an off version of SARS, but they chose, I guess, to call it this new name. But SARS kicked our butt a couple of years back here, and now we at it again. So it seemed like they ramping up. The diseases are ramping up, and we just got to be careful now. We in new times, man, new unprecedented times. So be wary of that, brothers and sisters. That's all. But yeah, that's on the 5G, and you can do your own research. So you want to look up, non-ionizing radiation and ionizing radiation, which are two different types of radiation. Two distinctly type radiation. One rips an electron, which is dangerous for you. Electrons. That's how you get electricity, because the electrons, the flow of the electrons create this, and one doesn't. So I think that's something to understand. Again, I got to go back, because we talked about capitalism being brought to its knees, in a praying position by some unseen, something not, we can't even, we got to find it under a microscope. It's so tiny, then brought down this great big global economic machine. Every industry right now is crushed. Unemployment rate is going through the roof. The Department of Labor statistics said they expect a 32% unemployment rate. At the height of the Great Depression, it was only 25. 25. How does that look? And you know, when they use those numbers, 32%, you gotta multiply that times 4 in the African American community, because even in the Great Depression time, and I looked this up, the unemployment rate was like at 22, 25%. Now, for blacks, like in Chicago, or African Americans, who made up only 4% of the population at the time of the Great Depression, they suffered 16%. 16% unemployment rate, you know, which was like 4 times the regular weight of the normal people. It always gonna have a higher effect on us, because one, a lot of us are not business owners and we're working, so it was 4 times higher for African Americans in Chicago during the Great Depression, and that number still holds true today. When we see the unemployment rate, they say it's 5%. Really, in the neighborhoods we at, it's 15, 20, you know, higher, because it's just not that many jobs. Those jobs, like my father and them used to have, are not there anymore. You know, we got to work service industry jobs. It's service industry that really took his ass, got his butt kicked in this thing, because there's nobody to service. And these cities based on service industry are going to really find this the hardest, because we don't produce any goods over here anymore. Everything been shipped overseas. The phone is made overseas. Clothes, your shoes, these highest Jordans you paying for, you know, made in a factory over there in Korea for like $4. And we over here killing each other, man. Man, give me that, man. Man, leave that garbage on the shelf. You know, don't pay that, man. If they ain't making it over here, we need to cut. We need to stop doing that. That's just how I feel about it, man. They can keep that crap. But these numbers are going to be hit harder in African American communities. We was just watching food lines in places in California and Arizona, miles long, where people were lined up in their cars just to get some food to take home. I believe that's coming here in a minute. You know, we here, Illinois, but we got to remember, this thing is affecting the whole, the line, you know, the whole, as far as the production line. All the production lines are really affected by this thing. So if we got a breakdown in production and distribution, then, you know, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out for us. I'm just not. And I think that this would be a good time to really start preparing and, you know, putting some things together and think about, you know, how you're going to do this. Families might have to group in with each other. That scares me. But but that's real, man. You know, families might have to really start grouping in together. So that's just a few things. We definitely had to hit on that. Now, what's in that bill? That $2 trillion bill that they spent. So it's a great article. NPR. What's in the NPR? What's inside Senate's $2 trillion coronavirus aid package? We need to really check this out. Now, I'm not going to read everything that's in this bill. I just thought it was real interesting. So, and they did put some things in there, a few things up in there, I think, that'll work for us. Let's see, individuals. That's us. Individuals, this bill includes several elements aimed at helping keep people engaged in the economy. What economy? But, okay. That means direct cash for many, plus expanded unemployment benefits and new rules for things like filing your taxes and making retirement contributions. Now, I do find something, well, I get to it. Let's see, cash payments estimated to total 300 billion. Most individuals earning less than 75,000 can expect a one-time cash payment of $1,200. Hooray. In Chicago, that's only a one bed. That ain't even a one bedroom apartment almost, man. That's, again, I guess, hey, but they gave what, 500 billion to the other airlines, but okay. All right. Let me see. $1,200. Married couples would each receive a check and families would get $500 per child. Okay. That means a family of four earning less than $1,500 can expect $3,400. Okay. All right, cool. Now here's something I think that's good they put on here. And I'm not sure how they're going to work this out. But gig workers and freelancers, people doing Uber, DoorDash, which most of our economy now, people are subsidizing, and this is how they making a living through this gig economy, what they really been pushing. Don't nobody want to pay anybody retirement package no more. They just want you to come in as a, W-9 or a contractor, and where they don't have to pay all these. There's more money to the corporations who don't pay anything, and that kills me too, because like airline company really didn't pay anything in taxes. They get all these tax breaks and all this free money. Then everybody keep running talking about Bernie's a socialist. Nah, man, we already in a socialist system. It's just a socialist capitalist system. Let's get that right, because they give these corporations millions, man, billions to just come there. And they don't even pay no taxes. They take their taxes from me and you working there. That's how they get their taxes. But, so gig workers and freelancers, typically self-employed people, and contractors can apply for unemployment. Well, they typically couldn't, but now they can. But under these new conditions, are able to get some type of assistance. Here goes something for students. Employers can provide up to $5,250 in tax-free student loan repayment benefits on behalf of their employees. That's awesome. I think that's cool. And, if they go through with it, though, because I don't trust nothing these people say right now. But that's just me, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's see, small businesses. Emergency grants. The bill provides $10 billion for grants of up to $10,000 to provide emergency funds for small businesses to cover immediate operating costs. That money is running out fast. I was just reading one report online, Rethinking the Dollar, and another guy. They say that money is really running out fast. So they are definitely going to have to put in some other type of, another type of stimulus. This is what's his name? Maloney. I love Maloney on this with his series, about money. You need to look it up. This is helicopter money now. The Fed has now become part of the government. So now comes the printing of money, which will devalue the dollar. You only supposed to have so much money in circulation. Think of it like a body. If you got too much blood in circulation, that's not good. What you got, 8 pints, you got 9 pints, that's not healthy. So you thinning out your dollar. This is a transfer of wealth going on. And it's a big transfer of wealth. Big, big, big. But again, now they got forgivable loans. This was small businesses. There is $350 billion allocated for the small businesses administration to provide loans of up to $10 million per business. Any portion of that loan used to maintain payroll, keep workers on the books, or pay for rent, mortgage, and existing debt could be forgiven, provided workers stay employed through the end of June. So that's good. I mean, if it goes through, like I said, but that money is running out fast. Relief for existing loans. There is $17 billion to cover 6 months of payments for small businesses already using SBA. All right. That's that. Let me see. Now for big businesses, this is what they gave big businesses. Now, let's see. The bill set aside roughly $500 billion in loans and other money for big corporations. These companies will have to pay the government back and will be subject to public disclosure and other requirements. So it was supposed to be an oversight committee with this loan. It's not there. And the oversight committee was really making sure that the people don't use their money, such as the airline, who's just asked for what, 50 billion, who spent 45 billion buying their own stocks back, to make it look like they got that the stock is doing good. That's why I say the market is rigged. And you better really know what you're doing, man. That market is designed to chew you up. Yeah, but you still gotta invest. I get it. You gotta invest in something. But you just better know, man, that them Imran wasn't the only one cooking the books. They just got caught up with it. So when the thing fell, it fell hard, but that's what's up with that. So I'm gonna skip this. Let's see, public health. Let's skip on down. That's a shame they're giving all that money to them big businesses who made billions of dollars, but yet all of a sudden they need that big portion. Okay, fine. The one that I'm most curious on is safety net. This is the smallest bubble. Everybody else got this big bubble. And you can look at it online because they got a real good graphic online. I think I got it on my site. You can look on my site and see it. But safety net includes child nutrition, which is $8.8 billion to give schools more flexibility to provide meals for students. Food stamps. Remember they was trying to cut all them food stamps in the beginning of the year. Now they turn around and give it right back because the economy was fake, man. But they was trying to cut the SNAP program. So now they turn around and give it $15.5 billion. It's going to Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. All right. Food banks. There's $450 million more for food banks and other community food distribution programs. So state and local governments, $339 billion for programs that will go to state and local governments. It is divided up to $274 billion towards specific COVID-19 response efforts, including $150 billion in direct aid for those states and local governments running out of cash because of high number of cases. We'll see. We'll see. We gotta. I don't know. Like I said, we gotta see. But so safety net, that's the one that interests me. But that was, and they show these bubbles. Like I said, it's about 7 bubbles and 7 areas. And safety net was the smallest bubble. That was the smallest one, which was really sad to me because we were already going check to check in this country. This thing is only proved to show really how we're not that financially well off. True, a lot of people got more degrees. We got more education. We got more fancier things. We got more computers. We got newer cars. But we in a worse position than we was than a lot of these, when they first released the slaves almost, coming out of there, we got less wealth. What happened? What happened? So now this disease has really exposed these things and kind of showed how weak we are as an economy. But we always trying to stick our nose in somebody else's business and tell them how to run theirs, man, and we just not in that position. So, but with that being said, I've been rambling on for a while. Again, this conscious community connection, Tiger the Motivator. I'm in here for my team, so we can keep the show alive, and we just want to keep the community connected. I'm still working with individuals being released from jail, and we really pushing that, because that young man that was in that Ohio jail, who's showing all them people dying, all them young brothers around there, and the Hispanic brothers that was up under that, and they wasn't, man, that video was real. That was real. That guy, they dying in there. And I don't think it's because of no towers, man, but what's ever going around is really affecting us real tough. But we got to really be careful with that. And something like this get loose in the jails. It's already overpopulated due to mass incarceration. We spending all this money locking these brothers up. Why? Why? Because you don't have nowhere for them to do or nothing in this new society that's coming up. And we gotta really prepare for this, man. I look at this thing as a storm that's about to come in, a hurricane, Category 5. And I think that's how we need to kind of prepare for this. Get ready for whatever may come. I can't see getting a whole economy back started that quick. Average recession lasts 12 months. A depression could last 22 months or longer. We don't know. It's going to take a while to get these things back running again. So, with that being said, we need to talk about plans for when this thing is over. And how does reality look? I'm going to ask that question. We got a new norm now. But how does this other norm that's coming in, how does it look? Is this going to be normal? And if it is, then how do we prepare for this? How do you get a future and you can't go outside and spend anything? Or like me, I'm an entrepreneur. I was just making plans on doing some stuff this summer. And now I got to kind of change all that. I got to change all that. I got to reassess and look at other ways on how I'm going to get out of this thing, or how I'm going to get my product out. Well, we know now we definitely got to go online. Your business, you're going to have an online presence, because what's happening here is has actually changed the full dynamic of everything, pretty much everything that I could pretty much think of. So that's just something to think about. That's just some things, that we need to consider. How this is going to look once we get out of this. What's the new norm? Where's your family? And we're going to have to start working together again, because families have become too distant. Very distant. We don't work with each other. We work. Some will work this way, some work that way. So, look like we got a storm blowing in. I'm not going to be out here too much longer. Again, this is just my piece. I just did this for my team. Conscious Community Connection in the house. Yep. Hope y'all practicing safety. Wash your hands. Make sure you, again, don't just come in from outside with your outside clothes on. Do like your mama told you. Well, you better not get in that bed with them outside clothes on. You just out there playing. So, yeah, make sure you practice that. Good cleanliness and just being aware, man. And wear your mask. You got to put on your mask. I got me all black one, see. This ain't the good one though. This one here, it still got the sides. So what I do is I take a bandana and do a little extra thing on it to make sure the size is down. And that works for me, man. Yeah, I got a cool bandana, man. Look like a motorcycle dude, but nah. Yeah, man. So again, usually this time of year, this is around Easter. You're chilling with your family, eating Easter dinner. Probably talking religious story if you with my father. That's the most religious story talking man in the world. He don't like church. I don't get it, but okay. But he loved Bible talking, so probably around there talking about some stories and eat some real good greens and all that good food. But we're gonna have to watch our diet now. Take plenty of vitamin C. Plenty of vitamin C. Eat you some oranges, tangerines. Eat, it's 22 different forms of vitamin C. So, and do some research on this. Take that, keep the body up, keep the immune system up, and mainly be safe out there. That's the number one thing, is being safe. And just taking your time. You ain't got to do much. Just be safe and keep a distance. And again, check on your loved ones, check on your family. Do a check-in. Everybody just do a check-in. And I think we'll be able to see ourselves through this thing pretty good. So, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Again, Conscious Community Connection. These are my views, not WRFU, IMC, MC, ABC, and all the rest. These are Tiger the Motivator views. And if you want to, I got a blog out. If you want to read my blog, which is Face All Challenges, one word.com. Again, Face All Challenges. And I named it that because, as an individual who lives with challenges, physical challenges, I'm not running, man. I'm just not doing it. I'm going to do what I got to do and keep it moving forward. So, peace and love. Enjoy if you self-isolating like me, I'm going to make me I got some turkey. I got me some one of roasted turkeys. And I do a dinner. I know how to cook, man. I cook better than the last couple of girlfriends I had, man. It was awful, man. I could outcook them, but I'm just kidding. They was all right. They going to see this thing then talk about me. Talking, yeah, right. I don't consider boiling an egg cooking. Yeah. But some people can't even boil an egg, though, man. They have it all rubbery and hard. I'll be like, you can't even cook an egg, man. Stop cooking. Don't even try it no more. You make it all rubbery hard. But I ain't gonna let me digress. Let me leave that alone. But again, I'm out, and I hope y'all be safe and keep everybody in their prayers. Start looking out for each other. We're gonna have to get back to being a community. And we got, it's 3 pillars we build our organization on: self, community, and the entire organization. So we have to, really look at this. We have to really come back together. I'm sorry, self, family, and community. I'm sorry. But we got to learn how to work with each other and trust each other again. So that being said, one love, y'all. Peace.